LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean Red Hat walkthrough, and yes, I'm starting a whole collectibles walkthrough around a year after the game came out, maybe a little bit later, maybe even sooner, I don't know, but either way, I decided I needed something to do, so I just decided let's play Pirates of the Caribbean again. And the way that this is going to start out is getting the first stud multiplier hats, and as you can see, the first one was on the beach, and to get to that beach, you just need to walk toward the screen from that dock, and then jump on those pillars, pipes, whatever they are, posts. Jump on the post until it appears. Now for the ×4 multiplier brick, this one is a little bit complicated, but not really. It would be best if you beat the game at least, like beat all of the levels, beat them all once before you got this, because you're going to need around 500,000 studs to buy Blackbeard, and the one that appeared there was Fast Dig, and you can buy that if you want. I probably should have, but I didn't. So anyway, I came back after figuring out that you need Blackbeard, and I killed Blackbeard without killing him, and then bought him. And he's 500,000 studs, which is kind of annoying because you could buy the ×2 multiplier for that much, but I thought it would be better to wait until I unlock the ×4, or at least until I bought Blackbeard. Now the thing about these red hats, which is kind of annoying, is that if you find them and you don't buy them, then you have to find them again to be able to buy them afterwards. So if you unlock the ×10 hat, which is 2 million studs, and you don't have 2 million studs, you have to come back and find it again. And none of the hats are particularly difficult to find. Like, as you see, that one you have to use Serena, so you kind of have to play the Fountain of Youth chapter, movie, whatever it was, to get that. And then for the ×6 one, you just have to hit these posts around this well, and it should appear in the middle of the well. Anyway, as I was saying, it's not really hard to find any of them, but it is kind of annoying that you can't just collect the hats, kind of like a red brick in previous LEGO games, and go to a shop and then sell them, or buy them, I mean. Which I really wish they had done that instead of this. So anyway, the next one will be ×8, and to do this one you need to come back over this bridge. And another thing I forgot to mention is that you need to, you're gonna need a certain amount of gold bricks to get the majority of these hats, and by the majority I mean like 19 of them. So you're gonna want to play through the game at least once, as I said. That'll just make it so much easier, and there will be 2 hats that you cannot get without getting a couple of extra gold bricks, which usually just means collectibles inside levels. And that's fine, but for most of them, if you beat the game, like every single level, you should have enough gold bricks to get 18 out of the 19. And I saved the last 2 that you need the most, the hardest to get ones, because you need the most amount of gold bricks to get them. I saved those ones for last. So anyway, as you saw in Tia Dalma's house, you just break that box, and then for this one, which is the disguises red hat, you just have to light this barrel of dynamites on fire, and there it appears. And yes, I had to go back and buy all these red hats again because I didn't have enough money, but I did have the ×2 stud multiplier on throughout most of this, as you can see. This one is Fast Forge, which is obviously, you know, it's kind of obvious, you probably could have guessed that, but you just come to the end of the dock, fix it, and try to jump on it whenever it pops up, and then there it is. Next will be Extra Toggle, and 90% of these red hats are pretty self-explanatory. Like Fast Forge means you're gonna fix stuff faster, Fast Build means you're gonna build stuff faster, but Extra Toggle is kind of confusing, and I think what it means is that you get a more selection of characters as you play free play levels. So I think that's what it means. It's not really a useful one, but it does give you an achievement or a trophy depending on what you're playing. Next will be Character Treasure, which can be gained just by going straight into the bar beneath, and I am fumbling over my words today, so excuse me for that. But anyway, just blow these up with someone, obviously, who can blow stuff up. I like using Marty just because he's hilarious. And that will get you Character Treasure. Fall Rescue is once again right next to this bar, and all you have to do is come outside, use someone with a gun, or use William Turner for his axe to be able to do this one. And if you press and hold Y or triangle, I think, in the PlayStation 3 version, then you can open up your complete character list, whether you're in this general hub place or if you're in a free play level. And then just use the projectile or whatever it is to shoot down all of these targets on the outside of the bar, and that will give you the fall rescue. And that one is also pretty useful, but it only works if you fall from really far distances. Like if you fall directly into a swamp and you die because of the swamp, it's not going to save you. Anyway, next up will be regenerate hearts, and again we're going back on the beach, and I probably could have organized these a little bit better, but you know, I thought whatever. I'm being a little bit lazy today. So anyway, just come over here, and this is one of them that you're going to need a couple, like I think 24 gold bricks, maybe not, I'm not sure. If you don't have enough gold bricks, the easiest one to get is to definitely, as I said before, beat the game once, and then get some of the multiplier bricks, and hats, and then play through the level and get the true pirate meter. And that's basically 20 free gold bricks if you do that in all the levels. So anyway, for the next one, which is treasure magnets, I believe, come over here to the left and just do the same thing as you did to the other one. A red hat finder is a little bit confusing, but it's not that bad. Oh wait a minute, I'm thinking of a different one. Okay, this one's really easy. Come over to the right and use Jack's compass, then once to find the hat, and then destroy the 5 flowers, and the hat will appear. That one's not hard at all. The one I'm talking about is after this one, the Minikit finder. And back to the beach we go, as soon as the video wants to continue. There we go. So just find one of these crabs walking around. Sometimes there may be 2, sometimes there may be none. Just wait until a crab shows up. Oh, see, there's 2 there. But anyway, just wait until a crab shows up on the beach. Chase the crab around until it gets really tired or dizzy. And jump on the crab. Walk a couple of steps, and then there will be the Minikit finder. And I think that is by far the 7th most useful red hat, which is not very high on the list. The most useful would definitely be the ×10 multiplier or Invincibility. Anyway, this one's a little bit confusing. Not getting it is confusing, but what it does is confusing. To get it, you just have to activate these cannons and then shoot down these 3 targets, but it is the always double studs brick, and I don't know if that means you get double studs for everything you do, like if you break a box and you get double the amount of studs than you normally would, or if studs are just worth double. I don't really know, but buy it when you want, and I would actually say it's better to buy the multiplier bricks before you buy any of these, because then you can have like ×7,000 as your multiplier and get 70,000 for a 10 stud, or 7,000. Well, that anyway. I am not doing math right now. Anyway, the next one is Invincibility, and you just come back to Tia Dalma's house and you use Blackbeard to open up the chest, and there it is in the corner. Now for this one, the breathe underwater, you need someone who can use explosives while walking underwater, and that's actually kind of hard to find. And this guy, Jacoby, is the only guy who can do that. And you get him by unlocking, or by finishing the Isla de Muerta level, or is it Muerta? I don't know. I said that completely white, I'm sure. Or maybe it is, maybe white people do say it. I don't know. Either way, you just beat the Isla de Muerta level, and then you should be able to find him walking around in the hub. If you can't, then the code for him will be up on the screen, which I actually had to use because I could not find him. I looked around for like an hour and I could not find him. Anyway, there's the breathe underwater red hat, and this one is the extra hearts red hat, and you just have to come to the left of where you got the breathe underwater hat, and then blow up the silver barrels, and then jump over here, and you're gonna have to use someone with super jump, and by someone I mean any girl in the game, and jump up onto those, I don't know, what would you even call them, poles? No, I don't know, levers, whatever the heck you want to call them, and pull them both down. Oh man, for some reason I have a really hard time naming things in LEGO games, just because usually you know what it is, but it doesn't have like any particular name. I don't know, bar, I guess. Okay, now for the final 2, and these ones are not very hard to get, but these ones you need 34 gold bricks, I think, to be able to get them. It's either 32 or 34. first play through all the level and then... What am I saying? First play through all the levels and then get all the true pirate meters, and you should be able to get 34 pretty easily. So anyway, just build up this elevator thing, and you may think, how is that an elevator? Well, spin the wheel and then a crane or a hook will come down, pick it up, and it's suddenly an elevator box. And then the first one will be fast build, which is right here in the little hole there, or the doorway there, and you cannot see that. Like, I cannot see that. I would not have known if I would not have known it was there if the B button hadn't shown up to buy it. And then wow, why am I having such a hard time talking right now? Okay, the last one is the treasure times 10, and it is, I think, the most annoying just because it takes forever to get. So anyway, come up to the top, use the telescope, and then follow this guy around literally for like a minute and a half, I think it is, because he has to dig up 3 of these chests before he finally gives it to you. So there's number 1. Realizes there is nothing but studs that you cannot get in it. Follow him again, and he completely skips right here. He skips that one, which is, of course, where the red brick is in, and by the red brick, I mean the red hat. Goes all the way to the right, digs this one up, realizes once again there's nothing in it but a bunch of useless fruit. If that even is fruit. Is that fruit? I don't know. Can't see it on the tiny preview screen. And then he walks back to the one that's actually in, and not only does he not give you the blue stud, but he... Well, I guess the only thing he doesn't do is... Oh, wait a minute. The blue stud was on the right one. Wow, okay. Anyway, he doesn't give you any of the studs, but I guess it doesn't matter because the times 10 he gives you should make up for it, but you probably want to buy it before you do that. So anyway, that's it for every single red hat.